huge thank you to everyone that I had reached out to, that I asked, would you mind helping to launch this book? And
Yeah.
they said yes. And it was just incredible, like the response. But a lot of that is something that to get that type of response, I mean, we're talking in some cases years, if not over a decade worth of relationship that has been developed. Um, and I think these same principles can be applied even at a local level for community financial brand leaders in a digital world.
Yeah, and you use the word incredible, and that's what I would use to describe too. It was so incredible to see how well received this book was. Not, I mean, not just on launch day, but prior to. You have been sharing the introduction, a few sneak peeks, lots of really great reception. And I think this one, it really connected with people on a completely different level compared to banking on digital growth. And I know one person in particular reached out to you recently and said that, the first, you know, immediately they saw value in it, not from at a, not from a professional level, sorry, but on a personal note. They said that some of the insights and knowledge they gained has actually affected their home life. Their relationships, and that alone I think is such a beautiful testament to the power of this book and how it really transcends verticals. It's more than professional growth.
Yes, and it, it would be interesting to see how this book continues to unfold over time to make a positive impact, of course, within financial brands, but even more so going beyond financial brands, not just necessarily outside the vertical, but as a tool, as a resource for financial brands to utilize within their local communities. Because if you think
Yeah.
about like why I wrote this book to begin with in the first place, it's because we are going through a period of exponential change. And that change is making people feel very uncomfortable. Feels a little scary, feels a little overwhelming. I always say that the only person on planet Earth that prefers change is a baby with a dirty diaper. Um,
Yeah.
and so this book has resources that financial brands could use to guide people within their local communities, entrepreneurs within their local communities through change.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about that. What are some lessons thinking about how you said some of these relationships going back almost a decade. Um, those relationships that you had built over time really, really are what helped get this book off the ground. Those early adopters. How can someone apply these lessons, their financial brand with their community?
Well, let's come down to the idea of how social media has continued to transform over the years. And if we look back at the social media narrative, we could say that social media started to increase in adoption, early adopters, I guess, maybe 2007, 2008, 2009, really reached more of a mass adoption. We'll call it just like early Facebook, 2012 time period, Instagram, then TikTok. But when it comes to community financial brand leaders, whether you're a leader, a lender, an advisor, even leveraging LinkedIn to make and establish and expand local connections,
Mhm.
I see as one of the true exponential growth opportunities for a financial brand leader to commit to.
Yeah.
Um, they even have an advantage that I don't have, which is the fact that they can form these relationships in the physical world and then further nurture and expand those relationships in the digital world, that being of LinkedIn.